I am a farmer from Tapawera. I stood for council in '99 at a by-election. At the by-election I was lucky enough to be elected to council and have been on council since that time, and I have been the sole member for the Murchison Lakes ward since 2007. On the issue of amalgamation, I am totally opposed to the amalgamation of Tasman and Nelson. I believe that it will lead eventually to the loss of rural representation. It will become difficult for rural people to have a voice around the council table, and I also believe for urban people in time there will be less representation around the table. On the establishment of a rural advisory board, I believe that they will be another tier of bureaucracy that will have to be paid for by the ratepayers. It will, as has previously when we had a rural services committee, become a talk shop for our rural type issues, which won't necessarily be at the council table, and it all adds to the cost of governance and bureaucracy, which many rural people feel is too high now and is unneeded. I'd say that's hard to believe that it's going to bring down rates. The Local Government Commission has already come out and said that they don't believe there will be any savings in rates, and certainly if you look at the governance, it will be increased costs in that area, and I don't think that ultimately there will be savings in rates across the district in many areas. In fact, there may well be increases. The issue of free parking will have to change one way or the other, because we won't be able to have free parking in Richmond and paid parking in Nelson. So it will be over to the new council to decide whether they have free parking across the district or take out the parking meters in Nelson City. So I imagine it's going to be a difficult issue for the new council to grapple with. But for most people in Tasman, particularly the smaller communities, I imagine that they would wish to continue with free parking. I would urge everyone to vote on the issue of amalgamation, but I would urge you to vote against amalgamation, because I don't believe it will be for the benefit of all people across the region, but particularly those in rural areas. So please use your democratic right and vote against amalgamation.